Hello, dear friends. You are watching your weekly astrology horoscope. The upcoming week feels very earthy. One of the main reasons for that is because the sun is moving to Virgo right at the beginning of the week on Monday. And this will bring our focus in a different direction. For the next 1 month, it's very important to focus on our work, obligations, to think about responsibilities, and overall to become more grounded, more in touch with reality, and more focused on concrete results that we would like to achieve. So, it's kind of the end of August, and for many of us, it could be still a vacation season, or maybe we feel like, okay, it's time to focus back on work. And this is going to be important for the next 1 month. So try to organize your week, and even not just this week, but to think a little bit about the next 1 month and which are the concrete results that you would like to achieve. Also, we are having a new moon on Saturday in Virgo. So that's a great time to set some new goals related to concrete achievements, practical things, things related to your health or your business or organizing certain processes. And it's very important in this process also to pay attention to the details. That's what will help us really move faster and closer to our results or goals or dreams. And we need to think in terms of which are the smaller steps we need to make in order to get our results. So it really requires a practical, grounded, concrete approach. And one thing which is also essential is to be able to evaluate yourself in a very grounded way. I'm not saying that you should be, very critical or judgmental with yourself, or you should put yourself lower than you are. Absolutely not. But you shouldn't also overestimate what you can achieve in terms of this short term period or any period at all. So, a very sober, grounded, practical position, especially when it comes to evaluating ourselves and our ideas, projects, goals, anything at all. So, let's get through the week day by day, and we will discuss more. So, Monday, as we said, the sun moves to Virgo, so that changes our focus, and overall, this earthy energy will be kind of like a background energy for the next 1 month. Also, we have a trine between Mercury and Pluto on Monday. So, this is a great time for concentrated work, for investigating, researching something, or analyzing something. And this can really make your mind kind of like strong, concentrated, and productive. Also, we have a quintile between Venus and Mars on Monday, which is an interesting aspect when it comes to relationships or negotiations, and also taking action on related to the things that you really want, related to your desires. So Monday is quite dynamic, I would say, potentially quite productive day. The moon, however, is on Cancer, so we should also pay attention to how we feel and how other people feel, because that would affect everything basically. It's a nice time also to concentrate on some family or personal things. On Tuesday, we have a quintile between Mercury and Saturn, which is a wonderful aspect for some logical and at the same time creative approach. So, whatever you are planning, working on, or learning, you really need to rely on your logic to try to be as practical and concrete as you can be, but at the same time, allow yourself to think in new ways or find a new logic in terms of what you're planning or focusing on. That's what can bring you the most success. And the moon is in Cancer as well on Tuesday. So pay attention to your intuition, to how you feel. Perhaps don't push yourself too much. This energy doesn't support really fast results. So take your time, don't push things too much, and instead try to, adapt also to the external environment. Wednesday is different because we have a big quintile between the Sun and Jupiter. And on top of that, the Moon is in Leo. So very different dynamic. It's much more fiery. It's much more empowering, and it can push us to do something, to take some action, to make some bigger plans, or to think about something which is very important for us and move in this direction. So on Wednesday, it's a great time to think and focus on bigger projects, more important things, more significant things, things that you are passionate about, things that would make you feel really fulfilled and proud with yourself, and things that you actually really, really want. Then on Thursday, we have Mercury moving to Libra. And this will change how we communicate, what we focus on, how we think about things, and most importantly, how we express it to other people. Mercury in Libra has this great quality to be kind and polite and to find the right way to express things. So for negotiations, for communication, for exchange of information or knowledge, or making even some kind of mutual plans with someone else, this position will be wonderful. And another thing about Mercury in Libra is to evaluate things from different perspectives. Libra is the sign of justice, and Libra is the sign which can see this side and also the other side and try to find the balance and where is the truth, or maybe both of those represent the truth but from a different perspective. That's what Mercury in Libra can help us find. So listening to other people, listening to different ideas, different opinions, not rejecting them right away and thinking that we have all the answers, but instead trying to find, okay, is there any truth in that maybe, or any wisdom, or could this be the other side of what I was thinking about or what I was planning, which can kind of like make my idea whole and complete. And also we have the other side, the ability to express your ideas and be heard by the other person or other people in general. So work in partnerships and relationships can be more beneficial. Also on Thursday, we have big quintile between the Sun and Pluto, which is a very empowering, strong, masculine energy, which we can put into something concrete, something that is very important, something that we are passionate about. The Moon is still in Leo, so focus on your desires, on self-expression, and on some creative and open approach. Friday is interesting. From one side, this is the last day of the lunar cycle, so be mindful with this and keep in mind that the energy can be lower than usual. You may need some time to complete things, and actually it's a great time to finish uncompleted tasks, something that you've been postponing, something that you feel is holding you back from moving forward. I guess you will all understand or kind of resonate with this when you have things that are important to you and you want to do and you feel excited about them, but at the same time there are those other things that could be a little annoying or boring or frustrating, and you feel kind of in the middle and you feel like you can't really invest your whole energy into what is important to you because there are those other annoying things that you haven't completed yet, and they're like, taking away your energy. So now is the time to focus on those more kind of annoying or boring things, or things that are holding you back in the past. And it doesn't need to be something huge like, generally in your life. It could be something more mundane or ordinary, or really about some annoying, boring tasks. Focus on them, finish them, complete them, because that will set free some energy for you. You will have more available energy to invest into something which is really important. So on Friday, that might be something smart to do. And even not just on Friday, honestly, this could be during the whole week, Monday through Friday, because this is the last phase of this lunar cycle. Another thing about Friday, we have a big quintile between Venus and Neptune, so we can be also very creative, more sensitive, and this can help us also in our work or relationships as well. And the moon is in Leo, so try to find some time for the things that you also enjoy. It could be a great time for a party, for a celebration, for going out with friends. And next we will talk about the weekend, Saturday and Sunday. So the new moon is on Saturday, which is great. And of course, this is a new beginning. So think about what you want to focus on for the next 1 month. Be practical, be concrete, be very sober when you are choosing the things that you want to focus on. Don't choose those big, huge goals that will take you like forever to complete. Even if you have such goals, and that's actually great, such big important dreams, try to see, okay, but what do I do before that and before that and before that? And it's kind of like reverse engineering your bigger dreams, and then focus on those small, maybe not so huge goals or tasks, but those that will get you closer and which are very achievable, and you don't feel like, oh my gosh, I can't really do this. You can. And when you focus on those, you will feel, like you get closer to also the other big things where you will have the fireworks and everything will be really exciting. And speaking about exciting, on Saturday, together with the new moon, there is a square between Venus and Uranus. Even when I'm starting to talk about this, I feel how I start to talk faster, and it's like, oh, some excitement is showing up. But we need to be careful, because this excitement may not be what we need the most, or at least we need to be very mindful, because it could be misleading. It's a square, so it can be too much. And when we look at this also from the perspective of the new moon in Virgo, overexcitement or unrealistic expectations is not what we need right now. So try to be mindful about those states. If you notice how you're a little bit inadequate emotionally, that's a sign to, okay, return back to reality. Let's try to see things more objectively. And it's also possible that there could be some emotional surprises in relationships or even financially. Something surprising may happen. It's not something bad. It can be shocking, yes. It can be positive or challenging, it depends. But this is a time when we can really shift something and change something, especially on an emotional level. So it's a very interesting aspect together with the new moon. It definitely brings potential tension, so be prepared. The other aspect together with the new moon is a square between the sun and Mars, which means that basically the new moon has a very exact square with Mars. So we can be especially impatient, and we may need to find a balance between our steps, our actions, and what are we really focusing on. So be mindful and don't rush things too much. And finally, on Sunday we have Venus in opposition with Saturn, which is also a very, the energy sounds like come back to earth. Be grounded, don't fantasize about impossible things, and be concrete. So emotionally, it may feel a little bit like we are stuck, or we are kind of hit by reality in some way. So it might feel a little unpleasant, but the benefit here is that, again, we can become much more realistic. So also the moon is in Virgo, and that as a combination means that we need to be wise. If we are wise, we don't have problems with Saturn. So back to earth, grounded, practical, concrete, and this is a great time also to look into where you are restricting yourself emotionally. Where do you feel like you don't have enough joy, you don't have enough light, you don't have enough love? And you can work on that. You can release that. One fantastic way I can recommend is, of course, a GSR session, GSR work. If you haven't heard about this, you can check the links below or contact me for more information, or you can find your own way. But this is a great time to really recognize this. Where do you feel emotionally restricted? So that, my friends, is our weekly astrology overview. And it's really shifting things. It's kind of like guiding us in a new direction. So thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you very soon.